That's a new kitty.
Oh, she didn't like that. Sorry.
Hi. So as you've seen, I have a new kitten in my life. Her name is Callisto. She's actually kind of camera shy, which is it's actually kind of interesting considering both her parents right now, her adopted parents, are make videos. So if she knocks into the camera, it makes it all shaky, I'm sorry. So, as you can see, I am making a quick update video to officially announce my Ferifyre Patreon. Yay, horns, do-do-do-do, or whatever. There's lots of dogs barking outside, and Callie is all sorts of interested. So I have been sort of quietly talking about my Patreon at the end of every episode, but I kind of figured I may as well just put one up specifically about it because why not? It's better to be, you know, straightforward and honest. So I wanted to officially announce the Patreon page for Jade Ferifyre, specifically these videos, as well as many other projects I have rolling around in my head. In order to justify asking for a little bit of cash every month from hopefully some of you awesome folks out there, I have created, so far as of right now, 3 tiers. Tier 1 is the $1 tier. That is where you get access to the entirety of the Fairy Fireflies podcast, which is the podcast of the first 5 of which are going to be posted here on the channel. After the 5th one is done here, you'd have to go and become a Patreon in order to receive more of them. So I wanted to at least give you guys kind of like an idea of what it was I'd be putting out there, what you might be getting for your money. Tier 2 is $5, and for $5 you get not only the Fairy Fireflies podcast, but you also get a entire creation of fictional mythology that I am 100% creating on my own. And it's called the Chaos Chronicles. And the Chaos Chronicles is going to be, each episode is going to be a myth story. So a hero myth, I already have the creation myth recorded, and I'm going to be just creating them word of mouth style. And my goal with that is trying to get myself in a better position to be more bard-like in how I operate. Because I want to be able to tell and create an interesting story verbally at whim, without having any background, any thinking behind it, just sort of being able to create a fun, interesting story. And part of what you get with the Chaos Chronicles is the behind-the-scenes experience of creating those as well. So you get a little column A, a little column B. So if you're ever curious on, you know, my process and how I create things, as well as how I go about making those podcasts, definitely check out that tier on Patreon. It's super awesome. I'm having a ton of fun making them. And who knows where they might go. I might turn that into an audiobook one day. I'm not sure. I don't really know where I'm going to go with that, but I'm going to let it evolve kind of naturally and just see what happens. As for the 3rd tier, well, that's the most exciting tier because you get to hang out with this guy. I decided I've seen it on quite a few other Patreons, and you know, I figured why not? It would be really fun. I would really enjoy talking to you guys in a like a Google Hangouts or a Discord or something. I'm not 100% sure exactly how I'm going to set it up yet, but when the first one finally happens, which the first one is slated for the last Friday in April, right? It's going to be the final Friday in April. My phone's recording me right now, so I can't actually look at the calendar to let you know. With that, I just definitely want to have fun and enjoy my time with you guys and sort of be a bigger part of creating a community. That is ultimately my goal with all of this stuff, is to build a community and essentially be part of something greater than myself, which I feel like a lot of us try to do. I'm certainly not the first to go out of his way to do that, but we'll see. Hopefully, that's fun. It's something to do. Someone to hang out with. You chat with. Maybe we can banter about ideas for videos and stuff like that. I don't know. There's a whole slew of things that could happen as well. And no matter what tier you want, no matter which tier you do end up choosing, the $1, $5, or the $10, you get to be on my Wall of Fire, which of course spelled F-Y-R-E. Come on now. You got to keep with the branding, right? And so on my Wall of Fire, and that is going to be like just a wall of thanks, that kind of thing that I can put at the end of either every video or use that as the last 20 seconds portion to like scroll names or something to that effect. I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna operate it, but I'll figure that out when the time comes, when I have more than one Patreon. Last time it was too cold, now it's really hot. Got your tea? What you drinking? I got chai. Big fan of chai and some of the honey. These are actually, it's actually honey from the hives that my wife had last year. We had 4 hives last year. Yeah, we're beekeepers. The interest is pretty high on me, obviously. So is the narcissism, apparently. Beyond the Patreon stuff, I do have an update for this actual channel here. So my goal is to make a new video every Friday. Every day would be entirely too much for me. I'm just about this week to start going back to school, so I can't really do that and work and be a husband and have mental abilities all at the same time. I don't want to burn myself out. That's not my goal. My goal is to provide a video each week that can, in one way, shape, or form can help people. And so anybody who's been listening to my podcast, speaking of the podcast, anybody who's been listening to those will know that my whole goal with all of this stuff is to help people. That's top of the list of the reasons that I'm doing all of this stuff, is to help engage with this community and help get people to normalize it, to understand that this is just how many of us live. And I want to provide a safe space and a safe harbor for those people who aren't yet comfortable coming out to their families, coming out of those broom closets. In order to do that, I want to make sure that every video I make in one way or another helps people. And so I want to make sure that I can answer the question with every video I make: how does this help someone else? And so it's not necessarily going to always be things like journal prompts, or even be overtly obvious what it is my statement is trying to be for that video. But I want to be more than just like someone who makes videos just to create content. I want to actually do something positive for the world and for this community because of the amount of positivity that it's brought to me and into my own heart and into my own being. And so to give that back is definitely top of the list as to why I'm doing this. And of course that comes up with like, well, why are you making a Patreon then? Well, to be honest, I would love to do this full time. That is genuinely my dream. And in order to do that, I have to continue being able to eat and buy stuff. So I figured I would do what a lot of other creators are doing, and create a community online where you can donate money to me in exchange for all this awesome content, plus some other content. Hopefully feel like the value is there. And we'll see how that goes. Not only all of that, I also have some updates on my social media. I created an official subreddit for Ferifyre, so you guys can go in there and chat about it. I'm going to drop the links to the videos on there every time, so if you're a Redditor, great place to hang out and chat with other people. Another good thing that I've done is I've created a Facebook page. Not that I'm going to ever do much with the Facebook page, but I just kind of figured I may as well have one. I'm like, why not? In case other people won't still use Facebook. I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't used it in a while. But it's gonna be there for people to talk and do things. As well as I'm still going really strong on my Instagram. I've been having a lot of fun making these like quotes and stuff, and setting up journal prompts for the 36 days of Pentacle work. Speaking of which, quick update on that. Today's the 35th day of my Iron Pentacle challenge. So it's actually the final day of my final week. So if you haven't hooked up with that challenge, check out the video. I'll go ahead and make sure I link to that as well. I am so happy and so proud with how I've done with all of this stuff lately, because who I am and who I want to be are very much so getting closer. I would love to continuously be spiritual and to continuously grow and learn on this path of fairy that I have discovered. And I want to grow as far as I can, as far as I should, and as far as I need to. And I feel like this is a really good stepping stone towards that. Is to be more engaged with you guys, be more engaged with myself, to create these things. And honestly, it's just fun. Just have fun along the way while I'm doing it, because I do have a blast making these, recording these, editing. It's all fun. I love it all. I love it all. Yeah. Last but not least, you'll notice I'm going to be wearing the same clothes in multiple ones, because I now have a plan where I'm going to record videos, like kind of do a batch record, I guess for lack of a better phrase. So I'm going to record at least 3 episodes, and I do want to continue making the Pagan Prattle videos, where I interview various pagans and witches, and I got a whole plan to get that restarted and like really get into that. So hopefully I'll have one of those a month. That's the goal. If it doesn't always happen, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna do my best. So yeah, that's all I wanted to update on you guys. If Callie were here, she would also be saying goodbye. But thank you so much for listening. And with that, never forget, a witch bows to no one, not even the gods. Peace.